We've had some exciting games. Yeah, it's great to be home. Obviously, you go 3 straight road trips and living out of a suitcase. Always excited to get home, and we've had a chance to be outside quite a bit here, which is, I mean, look at the field. It looks the best I've ever seen it, for this time of year, and right on cue. It's going to be, real feels in the 30s for Friday, so we're thrilled to be back. Excited to play in front of our fans, and so yeah, it's been, we've had an interesting first 3 weeks. I mean, obviously just not getting off to the start we wanted to get off to the first weekend and having some heartbreak, but then coming back from that has been a lot of good signs from our team.
The way that the schedule set up for you guys, how intentional was it from an RPI perspective to play some teams that maybe have had some success in the past and to give you guys a chance there?
Yeah, and it's what we've always tried to do from a scheduling perspective. Last year just didn't play out that way as much. But yeah, I mean, we've taken on some teams that have really good records up to this point, and South Alabama being no exception there, coming in with a 10-2 mark and could be 11-2, after today's game. But yeah, really what we're trying to do with scheduling is schedule good opponents that typically are top 100 RPI teams, and then if you can win those games, you set yourself up for success. And obviously, winning on the road helps. And I know we're in a great spot now. It's better to be where we're at than the alternative. But it's so fluid. There's a lot of moving parts, and it's got to keep winning. I mean, that's really the end of it.
What do you do pitching-wise this weekend?
So we'll keep Christo on his rest on Friday, and then we'll go Sears on Saturday, and we're going to go Tyner Horn on Sunday.
What have you? I mean, he's been in some big spots.
Yeah.
In the first 3 weeks, what has he shown you in those appearances?
He believes in his stuff. Yeah. He's a very confident young man, and I think the thing that gives us a lot of comfort there is that the stuff's always been there, but he was doing it in a 160-pound package when he got here. Now he's 190 pounds. He's put on 30 pounds and since he's been here. So I think it's going to allow him to sustain his stuff a little bit longer as a starting pitcher. And what we've liked in the pen is obviously he's been, up to 95 with, he's got 3 pitches that he can use. And he's got 2 out pitches, not including his fastball. He works fast. He's a good athlete. He holds runners well. I think last week was a great example of kind of what you can see from him, because it didn't start the way he wanted it to. Had to face some adversity and make some pitches, and we kind of went back and forth in the dugout. Hey, are we going to go get him here? We got these guys that are ready. And Coach Childress, we talked it through, and he's like, hey, let's see if the kid can get out of it, and he did. So now he's leaving last week. Instead of feeling not great about his outing, he feels really confident, and so yeah, we're excited to see what he can do. Don't need him to go do anything except just to be himself.
Well, winning in the ninth inning is never easy. What is it about the makeup of this team that's allowed you guys to have success late in the games?
They've bought into the intensity level that it takes to get over the hump in some of those games and to be on the right side of winning plays. That has been the overarching message, and what we've talked about since the fall is that you have to be accepting of the expectations. You have to be accepting of the intensity level that it takes to go win games against opponents that are capable and that aren't just going to hand you things. And you got to have each other's backs. I mean, I think that trust part of it, where if one guy doesn't get the job done, the next guy's there ready to pick each other up. And we've seen that at the plate. We've seen it on the mound, certainly, with our bullpen. And, we don't have any gaudy fielding statistics, but we've made some big plays late in games. You can have a great fielding percentage, but if you don't make the plays that matter, it doesn't help you win. So these guys have bought into that. It's not going to be about the stats or the glory. It's going to be about what can I do to help the team win, and that's honestly been the difference for some of these games.
How's Overbeek coming along? Is there any other injuries that have cropped up in the last?
So Overbeek he's going back to the doctor Monday. So after this weekend, what we've seen from him is he's traveled with us. He's been with the team. He's not hitting yet, but he's taking ground balls. He's actually able to throw. And so he's running around. He's staying in game shape. So I'm hoping that if the bone is healed next Monday, there's not going to be a whole lot of downtime left for him to come back. So fingers crossed that he's back next week. And then Brumbaugh, unfortunately, we were cautious with him at the end of last week. He's got an arm injury that's not related to the shoulder, that's going to keep him out defensively. So he will be unavailable defensively for 6 weeks maybe. So kind of a tough break there, but he'll still be able to hit. So obviously that's this positive side of it. I mean, he still can be in the lineup. It obviously means less DH opportunities potentially for some other guys that have earned opportunities. So we'll do our best to mix and match and try to keep him feeling good. And but he can still hit. But unfortunately, he's going to have to be down for a few weeks defensively.
Would you like at second base instead?
Well, we've had 5 different guys play there. I think, again, it'll be a little bit of a matchup type situation. I like Will Jeske. I mean, I think he's it's probably not his most natural position, but he loves to play baseball, and I love the way he goes about his business. And he's sneaky fast for a guy his size. Like he just doesn't really get too caught up in anything except just playing the game. And there's some other guys there too. I mean, Dylan Huff is a good defender. Bryce Hughes has gotten in there. Obviously Stokes can play there. Hopefully when we get Overbeek back, there's some more options there as well. So, but yeah, I like the bat that Jeske can bring as a true freshman, and I think he'll continue to get opportunities there. And we may be looking at playing a bunch of guys there. So that's kind of been the neat thing is we played well. Overbeek was our best player the first weekend, and he's kind of been our heartbeat in a lot of ways. And to play well without him, it'll be good to get him back, and we'll be fine without Brum too. I hate it for him, but we'll figure out a way to get it done.
What is Jeske's natural position?
Well,
catching, play third base.
Play third base, and we've moved him behind the plate, so he's caught, and he's not really ever done that before. He looks like a catcher, and he brings the energy like a catcher. He just likes to hit. Usually there's an old saying, if you hit, you don't sit, and we've got enough capable defenders. If we feel like we need to play defense late in the game, we can do that. But, he's just a joy to be around. I think the guys his personality is pretty infectious.
How's he taken sort of all that adjustment that he's had to go through in the fall?
Yeah, there were some times in the fall where it was a little touch and go. He said there was a learning curve there, just like there are for most freshmen. But he just has shown the ability to find the barrel a lot, and you can kind of see that. Like each week in the fall, it's like first week out it was just fastballs, and it's like okay, well. Maybe he'll slow down a little bit. Maybe some of these guys will slow down a little bit once we start throwing all the pitches. And I thought he was better by the end of the fall than he was at the beginning. So, just the position side of it was kind of the main thing. And he's been in the outfield taking fly balls. He's been behind the plate. And so, he's he's a throwback, that's for sure.
South Alabama, what do you, take from last year's series that maybe applies now, or is it quite a bit different?
They have some returners in the lineup. They're going to have a new rotation from what we saw. They've got some good arms. They're off to a really good start on the mound. I think there's some things you can take away. I know they're a proud program. I mean, they're used to winning. Coach Calvi has done a great job there. I mean, they're gonna come in hungry, and they've got a good team. So they're off to a great start, like I said. So. We just got to keep playing our brand of baseball. That's the thing. I mean, I told the team yesterday. I mean, we're in a nice spot record-wise, and I think we've probably played to our capabilities in maybe 2 or 3 games total where we've done, the defense, the pitching, and the timely hitting together. So that means there's hopefully room for improvement.
Any theories why you guys haven't had a steal attempt?
Josh Caron. Yeah, I think he's done a good job. I think, Rob's done a nice job of controlling the running game, and there's times where, he'll pick 4 or 5 times in a row. And so I think the one time somebody tried to run, they slid past the bag, so we were able to get the out on that one. But it's kind of an anomaly. Yeah, I don't. Though South Alabama has the 34 or 35 steal attempts, so I would imagine that 0 number will change this weekend.
Where's Karen at defensively now compared
Yeah.
to where he was a year ago?
Yeah, so the biggest change I've seen with Josh is in his demeanor with the pitchers. Like he's much more vocal this year, so he's able to kind of get the guys through some tough times. And I think because he's doing that, he's so very present, to be a wall back there. I think his blocking has improved tremendously. There were a lot of opportunities this weekend where if he doesn't make a block, it's an extra 90 feet, and then the game, may be different. So I think he's just taken more command. He's a junior now, obviously, and he's caught a lot at this level. So that was kind of something he wasn't comfortable with maybe before, that now he understands that he can impact the game tremendously even without hitting a 3-run homer. He can really affect the pitching staff, and he's done a great job back there.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.